Hello, welcome to another video. Today we're going to be kitting up 3 diamond paintings here. They're all special shapes because I seem to be like on a special shape kick, and plus my mom, who has really gotten into diamond painting, and she's actually diamond painting more than I am, she prefers the special shapes over the regular shape ones. Mainly because she says she likes how they sparkle more, and plus she likes that they're silver at the bottom, so she knows which one's the bottom, because apparently I never knew this as an issue, but she has a tendency to sometimes put the drills upside down, which I'm like, that was never a problem for me, so learning new issues from other people diamond painting in my household. So I'm probably gonna end up doing the llama one, just thinks it's cute. But my mom diamond paints so quickly that I can see she's be like, I want another one. I'm like, here, just kit it up. So yeah, these 3 here. So let's do the big one first, just to see how much it will fit. So this one is a partial, but it's actually pretty big. Unfortunately, there's only one legend, so I'm going to have to make my own labels. But yeah, here's the original image here. And where is my ruler? This is a 54.5 by 25. Where's my pen? So 25 by 54.5, and there are 11 colors in this on poured glue. There is a crystal code, and I'm kitting this up on 12/17. 12/17/21. I think this one is scheduled to be posted next week, so it'll be like 1 week later. Gets my labels here, since I have to write them out, making me do extra work instead of my lazy way of cutting out the legend. And I used to also what is my words? Why can't I think of it? I used to also, wait, this one is number 387. I used to also, flower. I used to also, scan the legend. But I haven't been doing that as much, mainly because, I don't know, I've been getting lazy. And I'll still do it for the ones with a lot, but for these special shape ones, I'm like, I'll just, with only there being a few things, it just didn't seem worth the effort to do the scanning thing. So I'll still like scan the ones with a lot of colors, maybe. If it doesn't have 2 legends, if it has 2 legends, I might just do the cutting out thing and reserve my scanning the legend for the bigger ones, because I don't tend to like to cut out the legend for the bigger ones. But for these smaller ones where you only spend like a day or 2 doing them, maybe a day to 4 days doing them, I might not make the effort of doing the scanning thing unless I've already scanned it. But these are new. I did just get this from FGOBY. I haven't shown the unboxing yet, but I will link the stuff below in case you want to get it. And they did send me these as a product review. So let's see, where is this one? It's this one. I'm wondering if I'll be able to fit 2 diamond paintings into this container. This is a bigger one, so I could see, oh yeah, I forgot to write down how many there are of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It looks like there's 8 crystal rhinestones and 1, 2, 3 of the specials. And yes, that is 11, so it's a little warmer today for whatever reason. Maybe my heater went on overdrive today. Or maybe it's because I have all the lights on and the lights make everything a little bit warmer. I don't know. Supposedly, it might snow. Or so I'm recording this, what, the 19th? They're saying it might snow next week in, I guess the lower regions. We'll see. I saw earlier this week that there was forecasted like actual, like it's supposedly it might snow but with rain, so that doesn't really, the snow usually doesn't stick because the rain will just kind of wash it out. But I saw on the 24th maybe that there was snow on the forecast. But I saw that a couple days ago, so maybe the forecast changed, but maybe there'll be a white Christmas. I don't know. As long as I'm not on the roads at that time, it could snow. But if I have to leave the house and go somewhere, I don't want it to snow. I can't drive in snow. I just don't feel comfortable doing it. And plus, there's hills. Washington State is not flat, or at least where I live, it's not flat. So going around on snow, not my idea of fun, at least driving wise. Oh. This is okay, so number 2 looks like it might need 3 of these containers. So I might just make some extra labels because I see number 3 is a brown color too. So I don't want it to be confusing which one is which. So I'm going to make, I guess I might as well make 1 label and then make two labels. This is just like the edges of labels that I just haven't thrown away because, you know, no waste, right? And then I could throw these away. This was like when I scanned my legends. There is a little bit of label paper on the edges there. And I'm keeping the label paper just so that I could use it as if needed. So, and I figure for these ones, which are just like secondary labels, I could use it for that purpose. Oh, there's a drill here. So number 3 looks like it has 2 containers, so I probably will need 3 of these. So we'll see if it will be a white Christmas in Seattle, because I'm going to be in Seattle next week. Gonna stay at my sister's house. My mom and I are going to stay at my sister's house, so to visit for Christmas. I have no idea what we're going to be doing. So we will see. Probably eating, because that's all we do in holidays, right? Everything is geared towards meals, right? But yeah, I'm gonna spend Christmas week there. My mom has some doctor's appointments earlier in the week, so we were thinking just stick around instead of going back to my house, since Seattle is like depending if there's no traffic, I could get to Seattle in like maybe an hour 10 minutes. I've gotten to Seattle in like an hour when there was like absolutely no traffic. So, and if I take the ferry, it's about the same like travel time. It's just you then have to wait for the ferry schedule instead. So take the ferry. I'm actually thinking, I was like, my mom's appointment is at 8. I wonder if we just take the early ferry, that would be better than us driving. I'll have to think about that. I'll have to go look at the schedule. Because, yeah, the Bremerton ferry will take us to downtown. So then that might not be as much of a drive. I'll have to look. Or just drive. Because it'll be early in the morning, so not as much traffic. I'll have to think about it. So 4 needs another sticker too. These are individual containers. Usually the ones that are stuck together, I wouldn't bother doing this, but it looks like there's several with these individual containers, so I might as well label them, and in case, you know, they get separated, especially 2 and 3, since they're both browns, it probably is a good idea to to label each of the containers. The ones that with the 4 stuck together, I wouldn't actually label the separate containers because they're stuck together, so they're not going to get as separated as these ones. So yeah, maybe I'll take, ferry. It'll cost more money because the other way I'd have to be paying toll for the bridge, and toll for the bridge is much cheaper than paying to drive my car onto the ferry, but it would also be a more relaxing journey because I would only be driving, probably the ferry is about like 15 minutes away from me, and then probably the doctor's office is probably another 15 minutes away from the ferry dock in Seattle, so I would only be driving for 30 minutes as opposed to longer than that. But I think the actual ferry ride is like 40 minutes. I haven't done the Bremerton ferry. I've done the ferry in Port Orchard, but not the Bremerton ferry. But then the ferry system has not been, because when I first moved out here, the ferry schedule, there was a lot of ferries. Now I think with all the working from home thing that a lot of people are doing, they drastically lessened the amount of ferries. And plus, I've seen on the news where they keep talking about how there's a shortage in workers for the ferry. So they've had to drastically lower the amount of scheduled ferries. So there might just not be a ferry at the right timing for an 8 a.m. arrival for appointment. We'll have to see. So yeah. So we'll be at my sister's house for a couple days, and that's why I'm actually planning to kit up a good amount, and I'm also going to try to maybe bring some of my stuff that I have had kitted up for a little bit, but I'm not going to bring my bigger ones, because just transporting big diamond paintings, too much effort. But if I transport a bunch of smaller diamond paintings, I'll be able to work on that. And then plus I won't have my table, so I don't know. There's only going to be how many left of these, and I don't think I have one with just that few colors. Yeah, the other one has 12 colors. So yeah, I think they're each going to have their own container. So I went and got my COVID booster shot last week. Was it just last week? Yeah, it was just last week. And let me tell you, I tried to get my booster shot originally after the 6 months after my first one, but I was not in the category of the people they were giving booster shots to until suddenly the Omicron variant came out, and they're like, everyone go get boosters. So I was trying to schedule my booster shot before my parents came, and they wouldn't give me one. And then when my parents came, I was like, okay, let me just try scheduling it again and see if I could get one. And I still couldn't get one. I don't know. It was so hard to schedule this stuff. So this one is, I was trying to schedule it also, but there was like no openings. And then like the Omicron variant came out, and suddenly, I guess more, oh no, wait, so what I'm saying is like they finally opened it up to everybody, not just people in certain categories. So then I tried to make an appointment, but there was like no appointments available, and I'm thinking, okay, I'll just try walking in. And I tried walking in into a pharmacy, and they wouldn't give it to me because they said they didn't have enough and I need to make an appointment. And I was like, I tried to make an appointment, but on your website there's like no available appointments. So then they gave me some appointment like way in the future. It was like I was doing this in the end of November, and the first available appointment was in like December, I don't know, 15 or something like that. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try to see if I could find a different place that will do it earlier, because I figured it was better that with my parents with me, it was better that I had the booster or something. All I know is I tried to make an appointment, and it was just not happening for whatever reason. And then suddenly Omicron came out, and I'm guessing they increased supplies of shots. So I just was able to walk in and just get a booster shot. So yeah. So I got one last week, which I'm recording this on 12/17, so that was, I don't know, sometime last week. So I got one last week, and let me tell you, the first 2 shots I got for the vaccine, I had nothing. I had like no, other than my arm pain, I had no symptoms. I even recorded a video the day after one of my shots, and I was saying that I just got my shot yesterday, and if I start feeling bad, I'll stop the video or something like that. And nothing. I got no symptoms of anything. So then the 3rd shot, I was thinking the same thing was going to happen to me. But so then I just went, like I said, I just walked in. My dad was finally able to convince the, because we did it at Kaiser, was able to convince Kaiser to let him get a booster shot because he had gotten his first 2 doses in the Philippines, and he got the Sinovac vaccine, which they were like, what is that? Here. So he was finally, I think they did some research, the people at Kaiser, and allowed him to get the vaccine. So they call in the afternoon and was like, oh yeah, we'll be able to give you the vaccine. So I just went with him on the off chance that I would be able to get my booster shot too. Worst cases, they'll be like, no. I'm like, okay. So yeah, I just went with him, and they were like, sure, here, get a shot. And I'm like, okay, all that work to get an appointment, and I could have apparently just walked in. But I'm thinking it's because at that time, they must have increased the capacity for the vaccine, because I was having such a hard time prior to that getting an appointment. So yeah, so I was saying that what was I saying? Oh yeah, I got my shot, and then I was like, okay, my arm hurt, whatever. That's what happened to me the last time. And then the next day, I had work, so I woke up, and luckily, I was actually planning to go into work that day, but I woke up and I felt sleepy, which is weird for me because I'm a morning person, so it was weird that I was feeling sleepy in the morning. So then I was like, okay, I think I'm gonna just stay at home and do my telework and just do all the computer stuff I needed to do. Because I was thinking maybe I'll start feeling really like maybe I'll have reaction to the booster shot, which was weird because I didn't have any real reaction other than the arm soreness from the first 2 shots. So then I was like, okay, I'll just stay home. But yeah, I felt sleepy. And then like later on, I was still sleepy, like, because I work 6 to 3. So 6 a.m. to 3, yes. And I chose my hours. I could have worked at a different hours, but I like the morning hours. And then I'll be done really early and I'll have plenty of time to do things in the afternoon, usually. So yeah, I felt sleepy. At like 9 a.m. I still felt sleepy, and then I touched my forehead. I'm like, I think I'm kind of warm. So I took my temperature, and I was like, okay, I think I actually have a slight fever. So yeah, no, I felt kind of bleh on that day. But see, I had stuff at work going on, like my current supervisor, he got another job within the same company, so he's still gonna be there, but he got another job, and then I guess his boss put out a message to all the people that were under my current supervisor and asked if anyone wanted to be the interim supervisor until the full hiring process could happen, because we have to do full hiring process. So then I put my name out there for the interim supervisor. I'm like, sure, why not? And well, let's just say I am now the interim supervisor. So yeah, I'm gonna have so much more work, or I don't know. It's not necessarily more work, or I guess it is more work, because I'm gonna still have to be doing my current work until things happen. So yeah, I volunteered to do more work because apparently I like working so much now. But I figured it would be a good opportunity to try out. Well, I've already done supervising job, like my previous job prior to my current one. I was supervising people doing very similar things that I'm doing. So yeah, I have previous supervisory experience, but you know, it's just a new thing. I'm already on a project position that I had just gotten in July. So now starting January, because yeah, I'm going to be the interim supervisor until hiring folks could do the hiring, and then I could choose whether to apply for the permanent position. So change is always kind of one of those stressful situations. So even though I asked for it, because I don't know, I was apparently the only one who not volunteered, but like, yeah, I'll go for volunteered to do the interim supervisor. So I figure if I do a good enough job and there's no outside candidate that is on paper so much better than I am, hopefully that means I'll get it, assuming I like it enough to apply for it. Oh yeah, this one, I did not put in how many of each thing there is. Let's see. So everything, there's only 2 containers for number 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4 crystal rhinestones, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 specials. So this one will probably be very fast. So yeah, change happening at my work. It's actually causing me to diamond paint more, just because, yeah, any sort of stress. I find diamond painting a stress reliever, so it's one of those, like I said, stress relievers. So I think I'm going to use one of these leftover sides of something to do this one. This one is, oh wait, where is my llama? So these are all from FGOBY, and like I said, I'll put in the links below. So yeah, diamond painting is a stress reliever for me, so I've actually been diamond painting, kind of like stress relief diamond painting, 24 by 24, because, you know, change is strange, and this one does not have any codes to it. No, change is strange and can be stressful, so yeah, it's kind of good that I'm having the days off before it, because I've already a while back I've been taking the week between Christmas and New Year off for a long time. Just, I don't know. I had one workplace give that as their Christmas bonus. We didn't get a Christmas bonus. It was our Christmas bonus was to have the week between Christmas and New Year's off. So I guess without taking vacation days or anything. So then ever since then, I've been kind of just taking it off if I can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 crystal rhinestones, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yep. 13 plus 9 is 22. This has a lot of colors. Llama. So I've been taking it off for a while, so I usually just ask for it off. So I had it off for a while, and then my mom has her appointment. Llama. And this is number 1. My mom has her appointment on Monday before Christmas. So then I was like, okay, I'll just take it all off. I mean, so my workplace does have vacation days, and we're only allowed to accumulate a certain amount before apparently you lose it. It's like use it or lose it. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, A, B, C. So yeah, I have we have like use it or lose it vacation days, and last year I pretty much ran out of I pretty much had to use my lose it or lose it, or I'd run out of, or I would lose it. So I decided, okay, you know what, I'm just going to take more vacation days. And I was already looking at, like, I'd be able to go back to what I was at my, the max amount by, like, March anyway, even with all these days off. So, yeah. So I just decided, yeah, let's just keep taking more days off. Which is kind of good, because now I'm gonna, January, I'm gonna have like a new role. So 6, 7, A, B, C, D. So yeah, it'll be interesting. D, F, H, J, K, N, P, R, T, V, up. And let's just do, apparently there's some X and Y. So it will be interesting, and who knows if I will like the position, whether I will apply for the permanent one. I probably will. It would have to be really, really bad for me to. It would just have, like I said, it would have to be really bad for me to be like, yeah, I don't want to do it. Okay, I have all my stickers here. It will be kind of ugly, but there you go. I guess I could have cut this out and put it through the Xyron sticker maker, but I didn't. So Is this gonna fit? It'll probably fit. So yeah, lots of change happening in my life soon, in at least work-wise. So yeah. Why do I volunteer to do these? I don't know. It's not really volunteer. Oh wait, there's more than one number one, so I'm gonna need another container for number one. So yeah, I might be stressed diamond painting more. I've also not been as quick in my responses to comments recently, mainly because I used to answer comments while eating dinner. And well, oh man, I marked my... Oh well, you can't see it, but I accidentally marked my table cloth. Well, it's not really a tablecloth. It's like a backdrop, a photography backdrop. But yeah, no. I haven't been as quick in my responses for YouTube because mainly I used to do it while I was eating dinner, and after I would get home from work or something, I'd eat dinner. But then now with my mom with me, it's kind of rude to be answering comments while eating dinner with someone. So I haven't been doing as much of the responses because I still kind of want time to diamond paint also. So I've been kind of just doing them, I think, maybe a couple times a week as opposed to every day. Because, you know, like I said, I still want to diamond paint. And so I am still reading your comments. I just don't go and respond to them as quickly as I was before. Mainly because then I have to find a new time when I was doing it before. So I just need to come up with a new routine. Because things happening, like me not living by myself for a while. So I don't know if I said, but my mom is staying with me for a while. My dad has gone back to the Philippines. It was, let's just say the trip to the Philippines was a lot more difficult. The trip back to the Philippines was a lot more difficult than what originally planned because of the Omicron variant. These rules got more strict. So at least to go back to the Philippines, he ended up having to quarantine in Manila, and they canceled his connecting flight because he doesn't live in Manila. So they had to cancel his connecting flight and quarantine in Manila, but he had to pay for his own hotel, and then he had to find a hotel that accepted the quarantining people. So, and then he was telling my mom and I that 8 is 8. So he was telling my mom and I that the hardest part about the quarantining is that you're bored. Like, you're not supposed to leave, and you're not supposed to talk to the other people too. And yeah, so you're just kind of stuck in the room, and there was like no food service, so you had to somehow have food delivered to you. Yeah, and then he had to stay there quarantined for, it was 5 days, and then apparently they had people just coming into the hotel every day to take the COVID tests because it was a hotel for the people quarantining. So then he was able to get his COVID test done, and he was able to go on his next flight finally, and then he's supposed to continue home quarantine for 14 days, I think, or I don't know if it was 14 days, But it's not, at least he could be at home and not have to do it at, I don't know, in a hotel or something. So yeah, it was a lot more effort because prior to when they got here, Omicron was not a thing, and then there was a lot less restrictions in the international travel. So now, yeah. So yeah, at least we were able to. So like in the here there, like all the sites, like when you're trying, we were trying to find a place to do a COVID test, because for my dad to go fly into the Philippines, he had to show a negative COVID test within 72 hours. But then when we were researching where to do it, like all the places were like results between two to 5 days, and it had to be the PCR test. You couldn't do the antigen test. So then everywhere it said results within 2 to 5 days, and then there was nothing in there to pay extra to get it faster or anything. So then I was like, you know what, let's just do it Kaiser. They're gonna be fine. You get your blood test done and you get the results by the evening. They'll be fine. So although Kaiser did say also theirs was 1 to 3 days. But I was like, just ask them and ask if it'll be done by tomorrow so that you could get it done. And he's like, yeah, they're like, yeah, you should get it tomorrow morning. So he got the test fast enough. But yeah, it was some added stress. So yeah, so traveling during this time does not sound like the funnest. And hence why I haven't really done anything. And hence why I have done so many diamond paintings. So many diamond paintings. And I started a channel because there was no way 2019 me would have laughed at you and was like, well, would have laughed at me if I said that I was going to have a YouTube channel. And doing diamond painting. Now, I get really into crafts, so, but this is the craft that I've gotten into the most. Like I said, I get into crafts, but this one, my previous craft was probably my string or my earring making, my string art, and I did earring making. And string art was fun, but I started running out of ideas of what to make from string art, because there's, at least as far as I know, there's no ready-made kits for it, so you kind of just have to do it on your own. I did the jewelry making thing, but the problem with jewelry making is that you have to buy the beads, and then at some point you make, I think, as much as you can think of with what you have, and then you end up having to buy more. Yeah, no. Unless you're going to sell it, unless you're going to sell the jewelry, it's not that great of a hobby to do, because you end up buying beads, and then they usually come with like several in one container, and yeah, I guess I could have bought like multi-packs, but sometimes, I mean, yeah, but sometimes those aren't that great either. So yeah, run out of things to do with that. So what I like about this is they come in kits, and you could just do multiple, and in the whole scope of things, the kits aren't that expensive, at least for the smaller ones, and it's several hours of fun. I need to get back into I was timing how long I was doing things, but I stopped doing that. It's a lot of effort to keep track of how much time you're doing it. I keep track of how many days I work on it, but yeah, the timing. is a little bit harder to keep track of. So, yay, finished that one. So, I wouldn't be surprised if 2 or all 3 of these are going to be done by my mom. Like I said, she's been getting really into diamond painting. So yeah, here are some future finishes. Hopefully you'll see in unboxing in the future. Probably not till after the new year. But that's all I have for today. So thank you for watching and happy diamond painting. Bye! Oops, I didn't press stop.